Hi there, welcome to Digital Right. In today's video, we are going to create a web page using a design we already made in Figma. And we are going to attempt to do this using ChatGPT version 4. Shall we get right into it? So this is the design in Figma with the desktop version and the mobile view version. And in the browser, this is the browser version from the Figma design. So let's see how we can go about creating this. So right here, we see the various things we need. We will need to have some assets in place, the colors, the font we're going to use, global components that we're going to use, which is the buttons, and then some layout asset, the logo, the image. So let's get started. To resort to responsive design, we will use Utopia. It's a design system that helps us to scale our type and spaces without using breakpoints. So you head over to Utopia, and these are the values we use. For the typography, we use these values, and then for the CSS variables, and then these are the font sizes that we have. After that, we head over to the spacing, and this is what we use. It has its values in some sort of t-shirt base sizes, and that is what we're going to use. So notably, here is what we need to take into account: the CSS variables that we will copy into our style sheet, both for the type and for the space. As already mentioned, we are using a ChatGPT version 4. So you open it up, and then we load our images onto it, which is the screenshot for the design, the logo, and then the hero image. And after we come up with this prompt, that is, it should develop a website for us, and this is the brand identity we want to use. These are the global element, the primary navigation, the header section, the primary navigation, the main section, which now we're just looking at those sections. And we try to tell it as much as possible what we want it to do, and then we want to also let it embrace Utopia design system for the spacing. So we introduce the variables that you use and the reference website as well. So with this, you click on enter or send the prompt to get it to generate. So after a while, it will begin to spit out the code for the HTML, and when it's done with HTML output, it goes on to the CSS. Sometimes you see that it's going to just leave some comment for you to fill in the gaps. That is fine. And other times you see that it will just hang in right there and ask you to continue the generation. So this is the first attempt, and it created that using the command we gave, but we want it to give us the full code. We don't want to fill in too much gaps. So I went ahead to modify I went ahead to tell it to give me a full code, and this is the outcome. So when it is done, we continue the generation, and this is the final outcome. So what we do is we copy the CSS and the HTML into separate files, and then we start from there. So right here in VS Code, we create a folder and we create files, one with the HTML, and we copy the code from ChatGPT, and we do repeat the same process for the styles.css, and we bring in our asset, which is the image and the logo. When we are done with this, we save that and ensure everything is okay. Over here, we need to replace this with the Utopia variables. All right, so we go ahead, copy the Utopia variables and replace that. And then, yes, let's head to the browser. So in the browser, we drop the HTML file, which is linked to the CSS. And this right here, my friends, is our output from ChatGPT. Is that not awesome? And you have some interactivity going on with the buttons, as well as not everything is all right, but we get it. And it's a clean code. You can always take this to modify for real world use. You know, it has created the spacing using the Utopia, as well as the typography using the Utopia, and that's awesome. That's awesome right there. So let's go ahead and test the responsiveness. There we go. So that we try to shrink it. Yeah, the navigation perhaps we weren't pretty solid with the prompt, but you can see that if you flex it, it gives you the responsive version. We are also going to attempt to create the same thing using another AI model, which is the DeepSeek coder, which is available on their website. So I created an account. You need an account to test that. I created an account, and the same code or the same prompt I pasted, and it went ahead to create it. Let's see the final output. So once that is done, we create the files, CSS, HTML, just like we did for the previous one, and copy and paste it from DeepSeek coder and save it. And let's preview it in the browser. Wow, this is the version that was created using the DeepSeek coder. And there you can also see that we have a clean code output with the CSS variables all neatly done. And it just keeps getting better. Of course, there are some fine tunings you will have to do, but this is good for the start. This is good for the start. So friends, so I appreciate if you can give us a like and share the video, as well as subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you.